My Rhys redesign and headcannons. I toned down his blues and other colors, so it'll fit more, with the medieval and dark setting of Damios. I also added pieces of armor, like his wrist guards and shoulder pads. He doesn't have a lot as he is mostly a magic user and range magician. I also added some fur and long sleeves so he'd be able to stay warm as his iced magic would make him colder, and his long L sleeves protect against magical lashback or simply glassed shards cutting him. WHE potions explode in his face. I gave him a more purple undertone. As there wasn't a purple character, but 0.2 different shades of blue, which is just a me thing, but also it's easier to draw with dark purple than dark blue. I kept his staff the same as I like the design, but made it a bit more purple. I also slicked back his hair so it won't get in the way of his magic use, and so it'll be easier, DOC, rather than having a fringe. I also made IT so his sleeves long so it'll keep him warm, along with IT protecting him from any sparks of magic that may fly off. But he can roll them up. Overall, I quite liked Rhys's original design. Just wanted to add a bit of logic when thinking of his magic and daily activities. Rhys's boots make him 2 inches taller, and have a strong grip 4 when he is using his ice magic and IT hits the floor, so he can walk in / on snow / ice without much difficulty. He has painted nails that are off and back, but he sometimes lets NOI or the others if they want to paint his nails. Dio have different colors and patterns. He also still has his eyeliner as I personally love it. He also had gloves that he wears to special events, when it's cold or when he's messing with potions. Now I'll talk about my headcanons, specifically about his past and relationships. First, some personal details about Rhys. He's bisexual. He's got 2 dads called Shad. Yes, I stole that from Diaries, and Michael. His cousin is called Lucinda, again stolen from MY Street. Lucinda lives with him because her parents died and she had no one else. To begin, Rhys's dads worked at the castle for Ember. Ash's mom, Michael is a mage and Shad as knight / servant. They got married and soon had Rhys. Because of a potion accident, Michael got turned into a girl. He was freaked out at first, but then got settled in his new body that he'd be stuck in for a year or so. But Shad and Michael are still a very touchy, feely couple and couldn't just not be physical. So they did it and they're uncomfortable first. Shad was bi and Michael liked men. Then they accidentally made Rhys always wanting a child. There being in a one to adopt. They coddled him and loved him more than anything. As Michael and Shad were close to Ember, including Caitlin and Sabian. Rhys grew up with the other Damos, but Rhys was always reading and staying close to his dads. He was always an anxious kid and preferred the safety of his dads. He did like the others and did invite them to celebrations and even showed them his favorite books. If they didn't understand them, Damos doesn't have racism like Earth, but some people see dark colors like skin is evil or sin. Damos does have religion canonically, so the family did have that use, but the royal family put a stop to that. Immediately and Rhys was very close to Ash as Michael and Ember are best friends. Rhys always felt disconnect from the others as he was able to read and was had a lot of anxiety. Also many people were homophobic and he felt that if he became friends with people and they were homophobic, he would just be sad he couldn't be friends with people like that. Rhys also was often cold-sowed him and Ash got along well. Ash was big on physical touch as a kid, but after the incident, he hated it. Ash now warms up blankets for Rhys. The king hated. Michael as he was Ember, was starting to call out the king's abuse, because Michael told her that it actually was abuse. So the king made their lives a living hell. They had long shifts and no lunch, and forced still work in racist areas of the kingdom and they were tired and drained. They couldn't spend time with Rhys. Shad and Michael couldn't deal with all the drama and eventually moved away. To a different village. Rhys was very upset as he first to lose all his friends as he struggled to make the few he had. So he was very upset. Didn't make any new friends as they left when Rhys was 10. The others were also upset. Rhys later came out as bisexual to his dad's at 14, where he was met unconditional support and love. He did face a lot of bullying for this though. For having 0.2 dads, he wouldn't talk about the fact he was stressed and got an ED from the bullying. He was never over weight, but not like he was on a crack diet. He would be starving himself and purging. His dads found out, and also Lucinda told them about the bullying, but not even she knew how Severed had gotten. He was physically and verbally abused by the other kids. So Rhys got closed off until he tried harmed himself, and his dads found him sobbing and alone without a cut, not deep. Rhys's family realized he had an addiction in anxiety and starting. Dio developed depression and dangerous thoughts about himself. So his parents had a long talk with him and kept a close eye on his eating habits and weight. Also any mood changes and such. Rhys did get better than anxiety. He's perfectly happy in his life. Rhys's family died in a fire when he was 16. There was a raid on the village where his house was set on fire, and when Rhys tried to run with his family, some wood fell onto them, killing his family and scaring his back. The nude reached the kingdom and immediately went out with his guards to find him. Rhys was found and healed him. Rhys was then taken on by Ash Guard and Lady Grandma took him on as an apprentice, even though he was bedridden with grief for the first year of being back. but no one held it against him. Rhys slept in a spare room in the castle for a few years, and Ash helped him with basic self-care while he was grieving. Ash and Rhys got very close quays of this, and so did the others as Rhys was a father figure to them all. Inoue was very cuddly. Leaf was very protective. Ash was very caring and sweet. Pierce was a great listener and Ral, even though they're nor close, he wanted to help. He got Rhys everything he needed and cleaned up for him. Rhys healed and he yugioh Theo work and moved into a home of his own not too far from the castle. Rhys from then on worked hard and diligently. Rhys grew incredibly close to the others and sees them as their kids / family. Now on to Rhys's personality. Rhys is still the smart and stern person. He is in canon. He loves to read and often his stars stays up late. Theo read magic books. He is still a parental figure to the others. Especially Leaf as he's never had parents. Rhys does love his parental role, but gets annoyed at life's impulsivity. As Rhys isn't overthinker. Rhys also has bad anxiety and doesn't like fire around flammables. And Ash used to use his fire a lot more, but now he uses it less. Theo helped Rhys's anxiety, which Rhys is really grateful for, and during the hotter seasons Rhys makes cooling pads for him, and Ash will let Rhys hold him. Theo keep him cool. They hide that from the others though. Rhys is 22 and bisexual. I personally ship him and Ash, but that not a part of my redesign. He is practically blind without glasses. A lot of potions and spells were used on yugioh, so he can read. Rhys also has pearl linked on his glasses that are from misos. He also got a cookbook from her. Rhys has two main pairs of earring, black studs and golden hoops that he wears formal at events. His gloves are for in the cold seasons as he tends to get frostbite. If he's not careful as his magic makes him colder than most. Rhys also has a pin on his human outfit. I didn't change any of that as I liked it on him. The necklace he has is it from Michael. Shad made the chain on it and Michael got the gem from Alastair. Michael's dad and Rhys's granddad. That's pretty much it. Anything else you want to know about and why Rhys headcannons / redesigns? Then I can answer it in the comments. And next up I think I'll do Pierce. Don't get annoyed at music.com. I can't draw anatomy on .my phone. I'm going through a.artblock.for physical.art. Any tutorials on how I do something? Give me requested.oswell.